Spirits, I'm Matty,
Hello, I'm Colin.
and we are sitting on the eve of another derby victory. Colin, how are you feeling?
All right, is it the eve though? Was it?
The evening of,
Oh, the evening off. I was going to say the
aye.
eve's
So,
before, hmm I'm all
aye,
right though. Apart from that, I'm all right.
aye, aye. How has your day been?
Very good. Aye, very good. I've had a few drinks, so I'm
Good.
quite happy. It's quite a good day.
Aye, I've not had a few drinks, but I feel like I probably should have done it. I should have thought about that, and I haven't. So a wee bit late starting. Sorry if you were tuned in at 8 o'clock waiting for us. We were doing other things, but we're ready now. um, buzzing to get started with this one. Uh, I've been contemplating going early for this because when you finish the game finishes,
Yeah,
like, you just want to talk about it, and instead I've been reading Hibs net and Twitter, and Hibs admin's been putting out loads of stuff on their Twitter, which has been good.
I haven't even
Loads
looked
of
at much of that, so I'll need to catch that after it. Has it been
aye,
good?
and then sports scene was on, so watch sports scene
Just watched that.
just to kind of refresh on it because I've only obviously seen the game live. But right, we'll get stuck in. I'll get the team uh, up on the screen. What did you make of the team, Colin?
Well, it was the team I predicted on Friday, so I was pleased with it. Brought Cadden in for Miller and Bowie back in up front. So I was pleased with that. The rest pick themselves, don't they?
Aye,
Everybody knows what the rest is.
it
So
was.
I was totally fine. I think we all picked that. Me and John definitely
Mhm.
picked it, I think. So
I think I actually picked a team, and then because we were skipping through, there was that many. And what I thought when we did the preview show is that there wasn't much of muchness between the teams, so there wasn't really
yeah,
a lot of value in me picking one as well. But I think the only thing that I might have changed would have been maybe Miller for Chris Cadden. But um, other than
yeah.
that, like you say, the team picked itself. Bowie coming back in for Miko. I thought that was the right move. I thought old Miko did all right against Dundee United. Yeah, Bowie's a better option. Um, Probably the thing to note was Yuan back on the bench.
Aye. I didn't even notice that at first, to be honest with you. But aye, and then Manny not being on the bench. We
Yeah,
even spoke about him on Friday as in, does he start? And I said no, and this is why. But I would have thought he would have been on the bench. But to be behind Kwon and Levitt, obviously Levitt would have
mhm,
expected him on the bench if he's fit, but to be behind Kwon as well, I was a bit surprised at that.
aye. And actually, the bench is looking almost like stronger week to week now as well. We saw the difference the subs made on Wednesday night against Dundee United. I thought the subs played their part today as well. A lot of talk about that these days, about finishers, they call them, rather than subs.
That's all right. That was Eddie Jones that started that in the rugby,
Was it?
calling it finishers, and it got ridiculed a bit. And now it's like a thing, eh? It's like you
Where
bring
do
on.
you where do you stand on it? I saw somebody kind of rallying against that on Twitter, saying didn't call them finishers, call them subs. Are we sticking to subs forever? Like, is that how they should be known?
I still think, hey, like, I'm not sure about it. In rugby, it's a bit different because you're bringing on like big physical guys to finish the game, like like to close you out. But in football, I'm not sure. I think if you're not starting, you're not rated enough. You know what I mean? That's still kind of
Is,
where I stand
is
on it.
that what you think? But with the five
Mhm.
subs, I think maybe fuck it, subs, right? We're spending
Yeah.
time talking about that one, right? Anyway, that's enough of the team. Stop at the game, right? Let's summarise the game. Tell me how you thought it went.
So I didn't think we were getting the first half. Um, got the goal, then let one straight back in, pure defending. I thought for their goal, I thought they were then on top, and then um, I- and so we were watching it and we're like, a lot of the ball coming down our right hand side. We're not doing much. We need to get Nicky Cadden on the ball a lot more. Triantis wasn't in the game. That was the first half. Second half, it was totally different. And Triantis was in the game, and we got Nicky
Mm.
Cadden on the ball quite a lot, and it changed the game. But that was the difference. I thought the first half we were poor, second half we were better.
Aye, I would say that's a fair summary. I thought the second half we were much better than we were poor in the first half, if that makes sense. Like, I thought
Yeah,
the first half, Hearts only really did anything for the mistakes that we made. It wasn't like they were carving us open. We were doing
yeah.
stupid things and almost creating chances for them. Second half, we stopped doing that and started playing our own game, and there was only one team in it, really.
I never felt like, and this is funny for a derby. that's close. It was only 1-1 for most of the game. I never felt like we were going to get beat.
Hmm.
Like I never wasn't sitting there thinking, "Oh, fuck's sake, I'm shiting myself here." Never thought they were going to score. I thought if we don't score, it's 1-0.
Aye.
Like I didn't think they were going to go and win it.
I was pretty relaxed with the idea of 1-0 as well. I was saying that before the game, a draw would have been a better
Uh-huh.
result for us than it was
Yeah.
for them. Obviously, you want to win it, but aye, well,
Said that to one of yours that bumped into in the toilets in
did
the
you?
West Lower before the game. He was like, "What did you predict?" I was like, "Well, I said 3-1, but I think I really meant a draw. I'll take a draw." That was what I
Aye.
said before the game, and I would have taken the draw.
Decent. I think I said the same. I bumped into a guy called Kenny before the game who came over and introduced himself. A nice guy. Hello, Kenny, if you're watching. And pretty much said the same. Take a draw if that's what we get.
See if
The
you're
other
name dropping. I bumped into a boy called Martin in Mash Done. Hey, Martin. All right.
right, okay, fair enough. And hello, everybody else that we talked to. um, the other thing that I said, and we'll come on to it a wee bit, is that we needed to keep it to play well. So if we're going to take it in, we need to keep it, have a good game. Um, but we'll come on to that. Right, just a couple of comments on. I say a couple, right? The YouTube comments busy already. We just started. Hibs 1991 says, "Come on," and Mikey Padgett won the high Bs. Sandy says, "Buzzing like a high B here. What a result." Andrew Breslin says, "Yes." Easter Road Revolution says, "The buck to tops it tonight." Yep, one the buck does. Andrew said, "Who said 2-1 Hibs? Well done." That man, glory, glory to the high Bs. Owen says, "What a week. Celtic, Dundee United, and Hearts, and 9 points picked up. Brilliant stuff, Hibs." We'll come on to that as well because that's like a spectacular week's work for Hibs. Uh, Easter Road Revolution said, "I wasn't touching it with my coin." Uh, I guess that means he wasn't betting it. Sands said, "Colin and John both got the team right. Mine played in the second half." Chris said, "Evening, lads. That'll be 1-5 games unbeaten for the Hibs." Ronnie said, "Happy Derby Day, high bees." Uh, Easter Revolution Cup glory next week is such a time even possible. Again, we'll speak about that as well. Stevie said, "What a day, what a week, what a team, what a manager, what fabulous fans, what a fantastic rendition of Sunshine on Leith. Glory, glory to the Hibees." Andrew says, "What I can't believe is 16 years to win back to back versus Hearts. Wow, just how mad. 16 years, that's fucking mental way to beat them back to
It
back."
is. Yeah, there's a lot of draws though.
Aye. Green Tea said,
That's
"Surprised
mad.
Ekpiteta wasn't on the bench. Not injured again, I hope." I actually saw Marvin before the game with his kids walking sort of round the west towards the famous five. So don't know if he was injured or just no in the squad. I never asked him. I'll ask next time.
I saw
Right.
Marvin Bartley before.
Oh, did you?
My
Did you
kids.
speak to him
No, I just seen him at a
in the
distance.
distance? Fair enough. You never thought shouted, "Marvin, get my wife."
Marvin, mind me. I was on BBC.
I,
You mind?
I mind,
Aye.
mind Marvin.
No, no.
Was it Alan Partridge with Dad, Dad, Dad?
I know.
Start doing that. Just shout at folk that you can see. Uh, the game started. Cracking up was a bit accused to get to the east as well. So like Leon had posted a photo on Twitter because we were sitting watching the wee lad that sits next to me. He goes, "Fucking hell, where's all the?" That's what he said as well. But fucking hell, he's only about 6 or 7.
You were saying about him. He's got a bit of potty mouth, huh?
Brilliant, brilliant wee lad. He's like, "Fucking hell, where is everybody?" He's like, "It looks empty over there." And then I saw the photo for Leon. It was like everybody's stuck outside, and actually the ground was nice and full when by the time it kicked off at the Flames and everything. Cracking atmosphere, good
Do you
tifo
think they were
for.
searching?
Oh, aye, they were. We
They
we
were
would
they?
get it.
They never
Aye,
bothered in the West because we
well,
actually commented on that. Our mate Warren, that was where he was like, "So much for the fucking
it's because
big
you're old.
searching. We just strolled through, eh?" Like,
Aye, it's because you're right. Because you're old. I got through. Josh got searched.
oh,
Right,
I don't look that
profiling.
old.
It's
Like,
profiling. That's what it is. So if you're a young team, you're all getting searched. If you're old, you're all right. You walk straight in. So if anybody is wanting us to like sort of
yeah.
act as mules for the right price, we could
Mhm.
do it. Uh,
Yeah.
Aye,
Yeah.
but a great atmosphere for the teams to come out with, like a full Easter Road. The tifo for Block 7 looked terrific. We couldn't see what the first words were because he liked the angle it, which I think was our city. So our city and our these
Yeah.
colours mean everything to me, which is quite a good message. We were trying to guess what the first words were. And I thought first was fuck the hearts. I thought I hope that's what they'd put, but it wasn't that. It was this city,
Nah,
which
they wouldn't be allowed, eh?
nah, and it wouldn't have fit in. Now I think it was a bit of a stupid suggestion to be fair, but. well done, Block 7. Anyway, it was a good tifo.
It was a good one. It was.
The game kicks off. I think the first chance falls to Shankland, has this sort of shot for distance that Smith spilled and we cleared. And then we get the goal. Would you remember the goal, Colin?
So what do I remember of the goal? I remember that Iredale knocked the ball up the line and it kind of spun into the direction of Boyle.
Mm.
The defender made a total cunt of it. Boyle got in front of him, and then Gordon watched Boyle knock it past him, hoped that it hit off him so he could make it look like a TV save. Didn't manage it this time because Boyle knocked it far enough away from him that it went in. But no, it was a decent ball at the line for Airedale. But I think it was for Cadden, to be
Hmm.
fair. Like, I know he'll get the assist at the end of it, but I think it was for Cadden. And then when I've watched the replay back, and Cadden's pointing to Boyle saying, "You can go for it," because I think everybody assumed it was Cadden's ball, but the defender, I don't know what he was doing,
I think
and
Taylor
and
thought
fuck
it
knows
was
what
Cadden's
Gordon was
ball as
doing.
well. That's what I think. I
Right,
think Taylor
and
thought
he's
it was
kind of maybe
Cadden's,
was
and,
just to do it.
aye, Boyle's almost got him on the blind side. It was a good bit of play for Boyle. Cracking finish.
Aye. It was a good finish. It was a really good finish. But Gordon just watched it. Like,
Mhm.
I'd be if that was your keeper, I'd be going. I'm not happy about that.
Aye,
I don't
my
think
mate.
the keeper would be selling glory there at all.
No, my mate messaged me on Facebook. He was watching on no Hibs fan, like he was watching on TV, and he just says Ken Gordon's nailed to the line. Was pretty much what he said
Aye,
about it. He definitely put it at Gordon's feet that it was his mistake that we scored. But a great finish for
yeah,
Boyle, and what a roar when the goal went in. I mean, that was as loud as Easter
aye,
Road's been for some time, isn't it?
aye. Well, that's what derbies bring you, though. Eh?
Hmm.
Like going ahead in a derby or winning a derby. That's when it's noisiest. Doesn't matter. Even if it's Rangers Celtic, it's not the same. Eh? It's the
Hmm.
derby that brings that.
It does. It's definitely different. Um, but we didn't hold on to the lead for long. The goal we conceded, Colin, talk me through that.
Oh, I just thought it was shite all in. Like in that it was almost it's one of them when you're most vulnerable after you've scored
Hmm.
and it's time for Camp Heeds and all that. And there was a couple of clearances. There was definitely one. Mick Iredale might have just kicked it straight up in the air. Um, and then it's dropped, and then it went out, and then Rocky tried a clearance that at the time I'm way slower towards the away end, and I thought, why is Smith not coming for that? I've seen it back in the TV since. I think Rocky, you knock that out for a corner, throw in, no that way.
Hmm.
And then, but if you are going that way, fucking make sure. And he didn't. But then the boy struck it really well. But I thought it was a calamity before that in terms of, as I say, Iredale, Rocky, maybe Smith, but I don't, haven't seen it back. I think I'd be being harsh on Smith for that one. So I think it's more uh, Rocky for that one. And I'm not trying to just pin a blame on somebody. I just think it
No,
was defensively no very good overall.
I thought it sort of summed up
Especially
how.
at the time it is. It's like everybody calm fucking down. Like we've
Aye,
scored, calm it. Let's had it for 5 minutes.
but it summed up how we defended in that first half in general. Like even for the
Yeah.
before we scored, we were like almost like two up for it. Like we were rushing the passes. We were like so many basic mistakes. It was like kind of tennis when they talked about unforced errors. Like for the
Aye.
shots, that was us. We had like a whole load of unforced errors. The one for the goal, I mean, Rocky sort of waited to see what was going to happen with it before clearing it. It just doesn't need to happen. Just deal with it. Like he actually had time to head it back to Smith if he wanted to, or head it out for a corner before he tries to sort of the. It was almost like a scissor kick clearance as well.
Well, it
But
was doing. Yeah.
I don't think
On his
any of
bad
the
foot as well.
aye,
It's not even.
I don't think any of the defenders covered themselves in glory for it. Um, the shot, I've seen some suggestions that Smith might have done better with the shot. But it's fucking leather day. I mean, I think there's many keepers are stopping that
Nah.
one. And then I thought we
It was a
fell out
good
the
shot.
game after that. Like
Yeah.
I thought they say Hearts without doing too much. I mean, Shankland had a header that again came about for us being indecisive at the back. He sort of headed it just into the side net, and um, but they seem to put us under pressure with us just sort of giving the ball away all the time. It's so frustrating. Um, Different story second half though.
Yeah. I don't know what. Did you notice like a tactical change or anything? Because like we were talking about it and we're like, we're struggling here. Like Giannis never had a good first half. O'Hara was his touches were poor. You know, like, I know he went
Mhm.
off injured just before half time. I don't think we mentioned that, but there was some poor play in the first half. Second half though, and also I thought, are they pushing us down the right hand side? Because like a lot of the stuff was coming down the west hand side. And I thought maybe they're doing that, keep the ball away from Cadden. Maybe that's Nicky
Mhm.
Cadden. Maybe that's their tactic. Because I'd spoke to a boy on Saturday at my daughter's game, and he's a Hearts fan, and I'd said, "You just play quite narrow. I'm hoping we can get doing the angles."
Yeah.
I think I said that on the preview show, and it didn't happen in the first half, other than try to get it down the right hand side. But I didn't feel like we had much space. But second half, we never made any changes, no subs, anything like that. But felt like we got Nicky Cadden into loads of space, and then when we get him into loads of space, he creates stuff. He puts balls into the box. He picks passes, and he kind of makes us tick. And if you can stop him playing, we're no as good. Like at St
Mhm.
Mirren 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever that was.
Uh, so I don't know what we changed tactically. I think what we did is we got it out to Nicky Cadden more. I don't think Hearts were trying to push us down the right. 'Cause actually, the switch was on loads of times to go out to Cadden.
Was it?
Like Rocky was
Yeah.
really bad for taking the ball and then coming back out to the right hand side. Cadden was screaming for it, but I think like Janus had the opportunity to knock it out wide as well. We were just like, I don't know. I don't know why we never went because the ball was on loads. So I don't think it was that Hearts were blocking off the space
So
with
it was
it.
our
It's
choice.
I think we just didn't capitalise. Because we were actually when we did try to play through them and we got in behind them a couple of times, like even just a simple ball over the top, we were causing them trouble. When we did the few times where we got the ball down and played passes that weren't just misplaced, we managed to kind of create something out of it. Um, but I just think our decision making was poor. I think David Gray said it after the match as well. He's like, they just didn't really follow the game plan in the first half, but the second half,
Yeah.
it's like the second half they calmed down, realised remembered they're a good team, and got the ball out to Nicky Cadden
Aye.
quicker.
I thought that the first half we maybe weren't maybe too nervous or
Hmm.
it was too important. You know what I mean? And it was like, well, what the fuck are we doing? This isn't like what this is normally like. Get the ball in
Yeah,
Nicky Cadden. Like, why you not get it to him? He's the one that does stuff.
aye. Um, but second half, that was what the difference was. I was actually fucking amazed that they never did anything about it. That's but I came away. I was
Yeah.
talking to Josh. We got the car. I was like, see if it had been the other way around, and no, that I want to focus on what Hearts did or didn't do in the match. I'd be fucking slaughtering the manager. See if we'd watched a second half like that, where Hearts just came at us the same way all the second half, and we didn't do anything to change it. You'd be asking serious questions about the competence of the manager.
Well, you would. But he made loads of changes. So
Aye.
he changed stuff. But you know what? One thing he changed, he took the best player off. Like,
Hmm.
their best player was that number six, Beningame. He was in
Aye.
loads of space and he always had, he was dead. And they took him off. And you go, fucking hell. Like, that would make me go, you're making loads of changes, but you're actually changing something that's the good thing.
Aye. The only good thing that they had going in the
So
second half, I think. Aye, fair play to them. More power to them. That's
you
what I
would be
say. Keep
questioning.
them.
Correct. Keep
Keep
him
them.
exactly. Give him a deal. Maybe that's the analytics. Maybe it's the analytics he's looking at that's
Aye.
made him keep him on.
Maybe the data never told them we were attacking down the left hand side all the time. Some of
Mm.
Cadden's deliveries were terrific,
Aye.
though, weren't they? I mean, what a crosser of the ball is. Um, we did have a penalty shout. What did you make of that?
Well, so I'm at the other end, right? I'm towards the way end, but I was shouting for it, and then it come back and said, I thought, well, I'll check it. Well, I'll check it, and then it's a VR check for a handball, and I'm going, is that our end? Like, because they didn't fucking tell you. That's
Aye.
part of the. But I've seen it back. I think it's a penalty. Like, I think he's definitely kicked him on the ankle. There's clear footage
Mhm.
that he's kicked him on the ankle. Penalty. But it's one of them. I think that if the referee doesn't give it, they'll say it's not clear and obvious to overturn it. But I
Maybe.
don't know how because he's kicked him on the fucking ankle.
Unless the referee said that one of the
So
things
I
they
think
said
it's
to
a
sports
penalty.
team was that they thought Cadden had the defender's shirt. And so the referees maybe looked at it and
Yeah.
went six and two threes kind of thing and just let it go. I thought it was a penalty.
Kick,
I was screaming for it at
kicked
the
you on
time.
the ankle because he held your shirt.
Aye. I couldn't see why Cadden would go down there. Like he's in. He can either fire the ball across or he get a shot away. There's no need for him to dive, you know. And then you can see when you watch the replay, there's definitely a contact. No, I spent time talking about VAR, but how much do you think the
No,
week's events have played on the fact that they didn't want to give us something there?
I definitely think there was a bit of that. And I was worried before the game that we're going to get something against it or something's got to happen that we're not going to get because the Celtic moaning and then the Goodwin moaning
Mhm.
rather than the actual what actually happens, the actual factual stuff. But I thought that's a penalty. I still think it's a penalty. Even I didn't. It's Clearing obviously kicked his fucking
Yeah,
ankle. I'm not sure how it's not a penalty. Whether he's holding his jersey or no, like what you saying? Oh, because he held your jersey, it's no. You, you can kick
it's like
somebody wherever you want. Like,
the pool caused the kick. Is that was Stephen Naismith's hypothesis on sports scene. Scott Allen said it was a
right.
penalty though,
Apart from
like
that,
for the yin and the
aye,
yang of
but
it.
I watched Sports Scene just half an hour ago. Naismith was fine,
Aye.
by the way. Like I agree with most of what you said. I do agree with that, but I agree with the rest of it.
Um, we get the goal shortly after that. I've watched it back. Obviously, it's a great strike. And one of the things I like the most about it is you watch Shankland. He
Aye,
fucking watches. He's their captain. When
brilliant.
folk talk about the derby, Hearts want it more and all the rest of it. Kind of, they teach them it when they're fucking bairns. Their captain has watched our centre half take a
Yep.
touch and volley the ball into the fucking far corner.
Didn't even put a
That's how much
tackle
it
in.
meant to them.
Didn't even pull a jersey. Nothing. He didn't
He
even
stopped
look
running.
bothered when he went
Aye, stopped running.
in.
Tremendous. But so the
Yeah.
actual the move itself again comes to the left hand side. Karen gets the cross in. I think it's Grant heads it out. And then Iredale gets it. Colin talked me through Iredale's next sort of few seconds.
I think he took a touch maybe on his chest, did he? I can't remember. I've seen it a few times now. Like he took a chest, brought it down and just fucking volleyed it. And we were where we were, bottom west lower behind it, like you're saying, right behind it, as was everybody in that stand. But you
Aye,
know what I mean? You're right behind it and you're thinking, that's in before as soon as he's hit it. And again, Gordon didn't get near it. Not even fucking close. Like if you're not straight at him, he's not saving it. That's
aye,
that's where we are with Craig Gordon. And it was right in the corner though. To be fair, like not to be fair to Gordon. That time to be fair to Craig Gordon, but it was right in the corner. Yeah, inside side netting. What a strike! Centre half, banging it in like that.
aye.
Like that's a finish a number 10.
Mm, an absolute worldie. And he definitely enjoyed it as well.
Goal
And
of the
great
season
celebrations.
already.
Aye, it's
That's
definitely
goal
a
of the season
contender.
now. Like
Aye, def-
currently it's number one. I don't know what it'll be at.
later in the season. We might not get another derby for him to score in again because they'll obviously need to
Aye.
finish
Well, they might nominate top
top
six.
six. Aye,
Yeah.
which is a shame for them, innit? Um, so we scored this, then I think we added time on. There's maybe like another 20 minutes still to play, but we kind of sorted out quite comfortably, didn't we?
Aye. As I say, I didn't feel under any like I never felt like they were going to score. And I thought I said to Warren, like, watching this game, their whole end was still full. 90 minutes, right? Injury time
Hmm.
went up. We were like, how long's left? 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes. Still all there. We're like, they're all fucking still here. Because expect they expect a chance, they expect a goal.
Aye.
And nothing happened. Nothing happened. The 5 minutes just went like that, like flew in. Like we just wasted it. We just burnt the time doing, got in the corner, burnt the whole time doing. Can I just mention as well, just what I remember though, I thought Dwight Gale was really good when he came on.
Aye, it was
You seen that
tremendous.
tackle he made on about 78, 80 minutes? He just smashed the boy. I thought, that's it. That's what I want in a fucking derby.
Aye.
Like, just gone and cleaned the boy out. Just thought, aye, I'll go near the ball, but I might not get it. But I'm taking everything.
And he gets away with it because
Tremendous.
he's an old veteran striker. So I don't think he got a
Aye.
booking for
And
it.
and he got up, put his own leg.
Aye,
You never.
you know,
That's a stonewall yellow card. Like
yep,
that is. But he was probably happy to take the yellow. And he thought,
aye.
nah, fuck, I'll take the yellow. But if I didn't get the yellow, I didn't get the yellow. He just fucking cleaned him out. I was like, fucking yes.
They were talking about the radio. So one of the benefits of the BBC Sounds app is you can rewind the show. So when we go back to the car, I rewound it to just before Iredale scored. So you get the commentary and then listen to the end of the game to see
All right.
was it because I was nervous. Like obviously, like you still, I didn't think that they were going to score, but you still have a slight experience in these fixtures when you're your age. You can what can happen. In fact, John Robertson was talking about it in the commentary. He's like, Hearts always get a chance in the derby. You can like if they're behind to that, they get a chance and normally they score. But that hasn't been the case for a wee while now. That's like a sort of a historic thing that used to happen that doesn't
Yeah.
happen in derbies anymore. It's like a maybe for his era and a wee while after it happened. Um, but you still have that. There's only one goal in it, and for as long as it goes, like you say, their end's full. They're obviously still expecting to get a chance, but it was really comfortable. And listening to the radio after, you hear just how comfortable it is. I mean, you're not like not any
Yeah.
danger at all. Smith's not got a save to make.
That, is that one he kind of fell like when the boy
Mistake
knocked it
trip
past the
dive.
post and he just sort of slow motion fell.
That was tremendous.
That
Aye.
was it. That was it.
I thought our game management was terrific. Like you said, Dwight Gill led it for the front, and I thought Hoylett when he came on was brilliant as well for just like a
Yeah.
calm head, take the ball in, take it into the corners, win a free kick or give away a free kick, but just stop the play. Josh Campbell, I thought a couple of times went down at really good times as well. When
He was good today. Yeah.
when Hearts looked like they might start to try to get a wee bit of momentum, he just killed it dead. Which obviously when it goes against you and a player's doing that, you're moaning like fuck about it. But when
Yeah.
uh,
There was
like
somebody done it. I'm trying to think, was it Triantis maybe? Earlier on in the game. Might have been after the goal for 2-1. It was we were 2-1 up and they had a corner, cleared the corner, just fucking lay down. Play the heat not really.
aye,
Say, you want the rules, Harry? I just lie here. Referee stops the play.
aye, and
Just totally played the game to its rules.
aye, that's it. But I thought the game management was terrific. And then the scenes at the end, full time whistle, are terrific. Like I mean, twice in a week we've had Sunshine only or just over a week because it was last Saturday, wasn't it? Sunshine on Leith played it. It tends to get saved for special occasions, but I think warranted in both times. Would you agree?
I think it's always wanted after a derby, and I think last week's wasn't it just because we beat Celtic, it was because of the wrong Gordon
Aye,
done at
definitely.
nursery. So I think after a derby it should always be done.
It was as good, I think, since the Scottish Cup, like the 3-1 game, was it the Scottish Cup? A few years back when Holt scored
Yeah.
in that. Like it was good that night, but I thought that was probably up there. But it's funny, I looked around and Josh is bawling his eyes out at it. And I'm like still buzzing.
Aye.
I was like, oh, fucking hell, get like hugging that. Like just the emotion the day got the better of him. But he wasn't the only one. Like it was like a proper uh like this team. We talk about connection. Ken, folk talked about it loads, and we've not seen it because we've not been losing games. Uh, what is it? I'm not engaged with this team, or what's the language that they use? Did they have the connection, or that's all
Disengaged for the
changed
club
now?
and all that.
Aye, disengaged.
Yeah.
That's all changed now, isn't it?
Ah, definitely. It'll be interesting when we lose a game or two, like,
Mhm.
because we will. Um, it'll be interesting what happens, but aye, we've got a team of a few boys that are leaders. Iredale's not a leader. Iredale's not officially the captain, but he is 100% that team's leader. And you
Aye,
see where the reaction when he scored the goal. I can't. I'm still trying to picture it right, but somebody made a mistake in the middle of the field, and it cost a corner or something. And he was in the middle of the box, grabbed that boy as if to shake him to say, "Fucking
stop it.
calm the fuck down, get your head straight." You know what I mean? He's the team's like he's this team. Like I said last week, he's this team's David Gray, and
Aye,
then he's scored a more spectacular goal than Gray scored, but it's not a better goal. But you know what I mean?
aye.
He's still there. He's this team's like unofficial captain. We've got captains all over the place
Mhm.
in that team, or leaders on that team.
I think Nicky Cadden falls into that bracket as well. It's one of the things that I
Aye.
found with him is he's got that sort of attitude that it reminds me of like John McGinn. McGinn wasn't scared of any team. He was just fucking want to go in
Mm.
and play against them. Iredale's got a bit of that. Cadden's got a bit of that. I think Chance has got a bit of that as well. Like it's good to have that
Yeah.
across the team. I'm going to pick out a couple of YouTube comments. If you've got any talking points, fire them into the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, we have got Twitter and Blue Sky comments to get to as well before we finish up. Stevie says section 44 was absolutely rocking today. I thought the whole stadium was. Ken, what was good was section 44, which is the East stand. We're getting at the old Hibs
Aye,
songs.
the traditional, the
Aye,
original bit.
But
Yeah.
Block 7 joined in with them. It wasn't like sometimes you have a wee bit of conflict with them singing some like I'm sure they were singing a Marseille song on Wednesday night at Dundee in Tannadice. Um, and so you sometimes have that, but everybody was on the same page with the songs today. It was fucking class. And the
Yeah.
atmosphere was brilliant. And I thought Section 44 and that whole side of the East was great. Block 7 were great. Even in the West, there was folk singing. Like in like the West is notoriously quiet, but our section was getting some songs going as well, which was good. It wasn't just me and Josh. Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
Starting that and nobody joined in.
I never joined in. That you always get that solo person there that fucking stands up and starts a song. I was looking at them
There
going,
was
"What?"
one laddie. I was outside the ticket. I was outside the club, the shop earlier before the game started. And this laddie was obviously wasted, like young laddie coming along, and he tried one big hail. He went hail, and he couldn't join in. Was they there? It was
Yeah,
quite
listen,
funny,
they had been
but
trying. Did it? The phone never tried it. You
I
never get
know.
them started. So, Callum Trotter said in baseball closers rather than finishers, great use of Hoylett. Sandy said all kinds of records going down. Next up, Celtic, we could do them as well. John Stevenson said, "Good morning. Great result. Iredale man of the match. Another ideal goal worthy of goal of the season." Kieran said, "Another penalty we never got. Incredible. I take it VAR will be having a full review into it." Callum says, "Rocky to practice hooking clearances." Stevie says, "Once again, Lewis Miller done well when he came on. Surprised Chant has got man of the match. Bowie was slightly quiet. Nicky Cadden was superb." What do you make of Chant as getting the man of the match? Is that who you would have picked, Colin?
No, no for me. I thought he'd done well in the second half. Like some of his touches, there was a boy who played with outside his right foot out to Nicky Cadden. Like, but you didn't get man of the match for one touch. But I thought his second half was good.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't the man of the match. No, I thought I would have gave. I thought Rocky had a really good game, and I thought Iredale pipped him, especially after scoring goal of the season.
Aye, Adam was good. I thought Nicky Cadden. I thought Nicky Cadden second half, like the amount of
Mhm.
times he got the ball and the amount he
Yeah,
created, he would have been my choice for it. Um, Robert Stewart said night and day first half versus second half. Great goal to win the match. The day just got better when Special Agent Nisbet got two late goals to draw with United. That was a great result as well. So that's us clear third now.
clear. Yeah, 2 points clear. Aye. We were still. I think we were still third on goal difference until he scored in the last minute, and then
Mm-hmm.
that's us 2 points clear. So aye, it's really good.
Which is we'll maybe come back to that point because it's a fucking remarkable turnaround. Easter Road Revolution said Rocky is a bomb scare for fuck's sake. Surely today sobered up any ideas of a new contract. So you just said he thought he had a good game. I thought Rocky, like the rest of the defence, was really shaky first half. Second half, they didn't have anything to do. Like that's how kind of comfortable we were. And actually, Rocky almost got in the score sheet, didn't he, with the header? I thought that was in
Mm,
as well as a kind of
that's right.
defender managed to get ahead to it. Chris Black said celebrations ended me with a shoulder injury. Bloody worth it. All right, get well soon, Chris. Hope it's not a bad one. Tom Fairnight, Dad, said missed being in the stadium, but the
Tommy
atmosphere
Two
in our
Sheds.
house was Tommy Two Sheds. Said missed being in the stadium, but the atmosphere in our house was electric. What a winner! Um, and he missed the game through injury as well. So I hope you're feeling better as well, Dad. I haven't checked in after other than to say the game was good.
Text them.
I'll
Fucking
text later.
text them.
Well, I'm not going to date on this. Uh, Stevie says Birmingham was Hearts' only decent player. He always finds space. Very decent player, him. Andrew said Screamer Jack Iredale a goal worth winning at Celtic Park next Sunday. Mikey said, been saying for weeks now they are shite. Today's result does not surprise me in the slightest. Um, see, I wasn't surprised at the result. I was surprised at how bad they were overall, though, because of the run that they'd
Uh,
been on. And again, some folk have said they've been
yeah.
playing pish and getting results, which I think they might have done but I didn't really pay enough attention to them. But that second half, they didn't look like a top six side, did they?
No, I assumed they'd been better because the run has been similar. I think in the last 6 games or so to ours. So I
Hmm.
assumed they were better than they were because I didn't think they were great at all today. Maybe it was the derby. Maybe they were overawed by the atmosphere in the biggest stadium in Edinburgh.
Aye,
I don't know, but
maybe put
they
off by the
they
big
were
crowd.
definitely aye, or the the atmosphere, the crowd right on top of you, and all that
Aye,
kind of stuff. I don't know, but they were definitely struggling in that white hot atmosphere.
aye. I mean, they definitely
I
like they
nearly done
struggled to
that with a
cope
straight
with.
face. I nearly
Almost,
got right through it all. I
almost.
nearly got through it. Aye.
Um, Ryan says they were searching a lot of folks going into the East. Dan said, "Who produces these facts or stats? Longest run in the top flight unbeaten since 1949. I'll party like it's 1949 by getting pissed and having a piss in the garden. Don't know. Um, it's a fantastic run, isn't it? Like it's at 16, 15 unbeaten because they were.
15, aye.
I talk
As a
about
drunk
it.
boy told me when he asked me the result the night on the way home. He was like, "What's the score?" I said, 2-1 Hibs. He's like, "Okay, isn't brilliant? That's 15." As he swag at his canny tenants.
Aye.
And I was like, "That's 15, I think." I couldn't remember how many it was, but it's some run, when you think the teams Hibs had in the early 70s and that,
Mm,
to have no won or to have not been unbeaten that many games in a row, it kind of shows the achievement, eh?
aye. The
You
remarkable
know, if
thing
the
is how many of them
tornadoes
are
didn't do
wins.
it,
Like if you
yeah.
think that's
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 only
three
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 draws.
wins this week. Aye.
And I feel like, because I'm pissed off at least two of the draws, like the Ross County,
And St
Ross
Mirren.
County and St Johnstone
All
draws,
right.
and,
Aye.
and St Mirren to an extent, but Ross County and St Johnstone, I'm like, St Johnstone were the worst team in the league.
Mm,
Like, we should have beat them. And Ross County's fucking Ross County. Although I know they're actually no bad now, but I feel like, and you feel a wee bit bad about it, but they've probably turned it and go, "Oh, we beat Celtic and we've beat Hearts." Games where you might have
aye.
accepted the draw, and that's where it's balanced out. But I'm still a wee bit annoyed at a couple of the draws out of the
Okay, hard to
15.
please, eh?
Three draws, I think it is. I know,
I
I
think
know.
it's something we will look at in the extra time tomorrow. So we had an email in from Peter Faulds, who suggested kind of looking at the run into the top six, but us and other sort of contenders on extra time tomorrow. So I think we might do that. I'll sort of forward on some fixtures for us to look at, Colin, and we could talk through how we think that'll go. Um, does that put us in pole position for, like, I know we're in third now with the same games played as everybody. Are we now front runners for third place, do you think?
Aye, we are. But obviously, we've not all got equal games to play, like as in quality
Who?
opposition.
Aye.
Um, and that's where you become front runners at the when you get to the 33 game mark, because everybody's got to play the same teams at that
Mhm.
point. And that and give or take, it just depends when you play each other, eh? So I'm not sure who we've got to play and who they've got to play. I think we've got no bad run the next few games off my memory.
Aye. I guess, well, obviously Celtic in the cup, and we've got to go to Ibrox, but I think it was at Killie and Dundee at home.
Ibrox, aye, but
I mean,
Ibrox,
Ibrox isn't something to be worried about now, is it?
no,
Right. Andrew says, yes, we should have had a Stonewall penalty. DB said, never heard Easter Road like that for a long time, was absolutely bouncing. Owen Jardine says, hope the media are all over the penalty we never got, was a Stonewaller. Ryan says, our City and colours mean the world to me, which is just confirming the banner.
yeah,
Uh, Tom says, Boyle shifting his body to get the angle as he was heading to the line was superb. I think it's easy to overlook Boyle's goal because of the quality of Iredale's goal. I thought Boyle's finish was tremendous. What do you make of his
yeah,
celebration?
it was. I've only seen it with the rubbing his
Aye,
eyes. What? Aye, I'm not sure what he was. Obviously, he was telling him not to cry or whatever. I don't know.
aye.
Don't
That's what
know.
I'm
Don't
taking
know
from
what
it.
he was. Was it a throwback to something else, or
I don't
wasn't he
know.
sure if it was a previous thing he was thrown back to?
Easter Road Revolution said Champion League level finish for Boyle. Collins said Taylor was a weak link before the game. Chris said, I thought Gordon was awful for the Boyle goal. Never moved and felt his knees instead of staying big. Oh well. Cam said, big Chantis fan, but I thought Iredale deserved the man of the match shout with the assist and goal. Of course, because he got the assist as well, eh? So I think that probably does make
Yeah,
Iredale favourite for man of the match. Dan says
yeah.
Gordon is an old hound dog, a hot dog, a sausage. Do you think that was Gordon's last derby? I think he's gone out with two defeats. His last two derbies being two defeats.
Hope so. I hope so. I don't know if they'll give him another year, because obviously we don't know if they'll make the top six, so we don't know
Mhm.
if we'll get another derby this season. But he can't be close. He must be close to getting dropped for that team. I mean, he's struggling, eh? Like,
Aye.
If folk didn't put it close enough to him, he's not saving it and making it look spectacular. So I think
Uh,
they must be thinking about getting the other one.
Ryan says Rocky should have booted the clearance into the famous five upper. Jason says no VAR check is the new rule since Celtic tears. Um, I think if you call, you'll know have heard it, or you might have a Goodwin on the radio after the game before
No.
Goodwin stated as fact, and it fucking annoyed me. It should never annoy me because he's probably trolling because of the amount of trolling we've done to Dundee United over the last few days. He says
Mhm.
Hibs got 3 points because they got a goal disallowed that shouldn't have been against Celtic, and they got a perfectly good goal disallowed against us. So he's basically saying that we've got 6 points this week that we shouldn't have got because of VAR. It's
Aye.
fucking gaslighting. Like he's still maintaining that their boys no handled it.
Aye.
Fucking prick.
And no mentioning the points they got against us
Aye,
because of VAR this
aye.
season.
Evens itself out, Jim. Doesn't it?
Aye. Yep.
Easter Road Revolution says Rocky can't deal with balls from the air. You might as well ask him higher maths. Jay Connolly says Miller cancelled out Kabunga's pace. O'Hara's poor distribution and lack of pace was exposed to his injury. Nicky Cadden was class. That Kabunga, they talked him up as well. We had obviously had a disallowed goal, but he was a fucking mile offside. I didn't think he was playing in the second half. Did kind of mind him doing anything?
Was he still on the pitch in the second half?
I don't know. I'm presuming it
Because
was.
um, I, he's one of the boys that's like, because he's got pace, he's
Mm.
dangerous. And the goal he scored
Yeah,
wasn't was a nice finish. But I suppose when you're underneath pressure, because you can, you're a fucking mile offside, it's
aye.
dead
And
easy, eh?
Smith's not really gone for it properly either because he
I never
kens.
dived because everybody knew he was offside, eh?
Aye.
Like, everybody knew he was offside. I was at the other end of the ground and I thought, he's miles off.
I said to Josh,
Eh,
flag will go up there now.
I just hoped he was offside. Like, because I was, well, you would have been in line with it, but I was
Aye.
like way back and I'm going, looks a fucking mile off. And I've seen it since. I mean, the line's a line, and he's like, he's totally the other side
Yeah,
of the
it's the other
line. I
side.
didn't think I
Aye.
had to draw a line. He's like, his fucking whole body's over the other side of the line. It's not like we're going, oh, it's a fingertip.
Nah.
It's a whole fucking body. He's miles off. So, other than that, it's pacey and quick and that. That's always a good thing to have up front.
Yeah.
They need to be able to know how to use it, and they never quite worked that out.
Sandy said, Matty, I'm still wearing every game the unwashed stinking shirt ever since the Aberdeen game 3-3. My wife commented today when are you going to wash
Yeah.
that shirt? This is after the cup final win.
I'm
Keep
not.
it going,
I,
Sandy. Aye. Keep it going.
yeah.
And block 7 if you listen
So
as well. Keep that fucking banner upside down as well.
I'm still wearing my Christmas watch, right? I've still not read one of the emails.
Aye.
Still doing all of that. Like,
And
I,
I'm still no sleeping with supermodels, so we're all there a bit. um, Uh, Dan says Taylor was pish and Boyle mugged him. Top class the way he made and finished that. Ryan said Hearts were on the front foot until their disallowed goal, after which Hibs came back into it a bit. Actually, that's probably true because we've probably finished the first half slightly the stronger. We had that sort of chance for Cadden where he flashed across the goal. I think Boyle was offside. See if Boyle tapped in. I think
he was miles off,
he was off.
miles off, mate.
Um,
Yeah,
but it was one of those moments where games sometimes turn a bit like that with the momentum, don't they? When one team sort of gets like it should be a high for them and it ends up being a high for you. Um, Chris said first half we were so poor, second half we managed to stop the space for Baningame. James Kinneberg said we started playing down the left in the second. Ryan says Nicky Cadden was immense second half. Sandy said Nicky was excellent today. Kieran said just stop. We stopped making mistakes second half. Hearts were knackered to try to win the game in the first half. Um, I thought that was the biggest difference between the two halves was we stopped making the daft mistakes. We just were a bit calmer, a bit more assured with what we were doing, and got the ball out to Cadden. Well, Cadden's uh, and Hearts just couldn't cope with
yeah.
us. Um,
There was a few poor touches early on, like Triantis in the midfield there was one they got a chance for O'Hara. But there was a few. I never felt he was
aye,
comfortable on the ball at all today, and he's
no,
normally good at that.
yeah,
Um, so I that got cut out second half. That stopped happening. Did we mention how good Mariah Welsh was? By the way, I thought he was really good
no,
today, and
he
maybe a bit
was.
unlucky to get sub.
I think he had one pass that he put us in a bit of trouble with, but other than that, I thought he was brilliant. He's such a busy wee player. He's kind of
Yeah,
gets about the ground and snaps into tackles without diving into tackles.
I
And
like him.
actually, his
Yeah,
his block for the cross when they broke after a penalty claim was really important as well. So he was the one to chase back and got
that must have
the
been the
block in.
handball.
Aye,
And was that the handball they were checking? Because
oh,
he was sliding in and it's hit his arm maybe. But it was never a handball, like. But
nah,
that was maybe I could only think that was the handball check.
must have been. Couldn't think what else it was because when you see the ball coming in, it doesn't look like it's near anybody's
Yeah, it
hand.
must have been that.
Gilky Hibs says, talk about a game of two halves. We just didn't seem to play in the first half, but Gray's team talk had them up for it at half time. Iredale Rocket was unstoppable. Jason said Nicky C was a dynamo. Kieran says Chance turned up second half, thought he was brilliant. Easter Road Revolution says unbelievable. Beningame was holding their team together. How did we not sign him? Jason said was a pen 100%. We have oh my word, I've gone too far. There's fucking hundreds of comments,
Is
Colin.
it,
I've scrolled in and I go
this is always the
sometimes.
biggest night of the year. Win
Aye,
a derby. Look at the amount of people that are watching live. Actually,
aye,
I
it's
just clicked on
tremendous.
it.
Um, Here we go. Right, Ian says I think it's a penalty. Chris Black says it's a penalty. Stonewall penalty. Sandy says yep, Penn clipped him. Ian says never got that because we've had those VAR decisions during the week. John McGlynn says mind and hit the like button bangers. Yeah, absolutely. If you've got a couple of hundred folk watching, if you all hit the like button, that's tremendous for us. Um, Chucky and Alba said Jack Iredale should have been man of the match. There's a comment. It was a couple of guys, Sandy and I can't remember who the other one was, talking about player of the year. So I thought Nicky Cadden was a shoe-in for the player of the year, and then uh, somebody mentioned how many man of the matches Chantis has had, so that's obviously got to put him into contention. But Iredale's
Yeah.
probably a wee dark horse for it as well. Who's leading the race for it at the moment for you, Colin?
So I'm a bit massive fan of Iredale, right? But I think he's one of them that isn't going to win the votes because I think he's one of the guys that didn't steal the limelight. They
Mm-hmm.
come in, they do their job. The players all love him, respect him. He's the sort of leader with the band. He's the guy that's doing all that. I just don't think the votes will come in for him.
Mm.
But
They might now.
he's mine. He
Aye.
might now.
Okay.
He might
Aye.
because you scored a winner in a derby. But for me, he was anyway. And I think I've sort of said that over the last few weeks. Um, but I was delighted for him the day.
Aye. I,
Delighted it was him.
I can't remember who we said our predictions when we did it. Even the revised predictions, I've forgotten what we did at the turn of the year for it. Anyway,
I can't remember.
it might
I
have been
need to check.
Chantis. Maybe changed it to Chantis. Mariah Welsh got to be a shout for a young player now. Now that he's getting a game.
Janice is still a young player though. Janice will be a young
Oh,
player.
aye, maybe that's what we did. Maybe he might get both.
Yeah.
Dan says, haha, only watch sports to see that fan of Smith talk shite. Kieran said, someone calling Shanklin fat hole for not stopping the winner. Brilliant. That was Nuz that said it. Jason says, Shanklin ate my hamster. Ross said, what did you make of the goalkeeper today? Felt he should have done better at the goal and looked a bit shaky in the first half, settled in the second half and started coming off his line. It did make a difference when he started coming and claiming the ball in the second half. Colin, what did you make of him overall today?
So there was the shot early on that you mentioned for Shanklin for distance that he
Mm,
kind of knocked out the way, and I said to him, it's almost like something better lucky than good,
aye.
and that's what I felt at that moment. I thought he should have came for the goal as well, but then I've seen it back, and I think Rocky should have just done better
Mm-hmm,
on that one. So I'm taking the full blame away from him on that. Other than that, I thought he was fine.
mm-hmm.
Maybe a bit hesitant at times to come off his line, but he did get there and he came and took them. There was one that I thought, oh fucking, I'm going goalies, and then eventually he
Aye.
did come and get it, but I was like, why you not fucking going yet? I thought he was okay. I thought he was good. He let one goal in. I don't think it was his fault.
He didn't have loads to do
So
after that.
right.
That's the thing about it, eh? Like Hearts
Mhm.
didn't trouble us enough to really kind of get a good gauge on.
There was a couple of corners.
Uh-huh.
They put a couple of corners, some really good corners, like right on top of him. And they had everybody was in the 6 yard box
Mm-hmm.
corners. Like it was like everybody was piled forward, and the corners they put in were right on top of the keeper, like really good corners, and he just tipped them back over, dealt with them really well.
Um, Chucky says both goals will be shown on Derby highlight reel for years. Definitely cracking goals. John McGlynn said Shankland eats fish fingers with a spoon. I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but should have an allegedly because I don't know if he can work a spoon. Um, Chucky said keeper was a concern. Does not give any confidence to those around him. Kieran said we shout for Hoyle again. Brilliant when he came on. Ian said Gale looks like he's enjoying it here. Sandy said great thing
Aye.
about Jordan is his eye to distribute the ball quickly. Not pretty in the air, but he's effective enough when needed. Actually, in the second half, he got the ball out quickly and out wide quickly as well. I thought that was a strength of Smith's today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I was finding Cadden quite early. I've just had a text message in as well from my wife, Carol, who says she's watching live first time.
all right, first time
So
watcher.
she's through the other side of that wall, so watching
Ah,
it on the telly. Yeah.
hit like Carol. She'll hit dislike is out spite just to fucking show you.
She's obviously not worked out to put a comment in yet. She's had to kind of put comments in, so I'll text them instead. Right.
Right, we're kind of getting close to time up for this. So I'll go to Blue Sky and get some comments there. So apologies if you've commented on YouTube and we've not got to you quite yet. We will try and cover as many as I can. Let me find my two. What am I doing? There was a picture of
I was my daughter's watching as well. My daughter's watching as well. I better tell you, she's just texted me separately, so they're all watching.
came out. I forgot to put the Blue Sky tweet up. Is there still a tweet on Blue Sky? What
Oh, did you?
what would you call it on that? So we'll just have to
No.
go to Twitter instead and find that tweet instead. Come on, because I've been tweeting all the stuff that's come out. Oh, about it. There's like you're good at bookmarking things on our Twitter, Colin, and I
Aye,
went back and started
found that out
fucking.
during the week. Eh?
Aye, I
Aye.
started finding some of them. I wish I could find there was a boy. Somebody tweeted us early in the season says we'll finish above yous, and it was when they were
Mm.
shiting me. It says like, how what makes you say that? Is just everything about us is better.
Aye.
I wish I could have
Aye.
found that tweet today
Can
because
we not
that
get
was.
it? Oh
Nah,
man.
I had rock bottom with that one. Somebody that tell us that we should be worried about their data because they've got data now.
Aye.
Uh,
I've got it. I need to
they've got
put
data
that.
now.
My
Nobody
my
else got
favourite
data.
ones were
They've got it.
my favourite ones were the Joe Sked one where he said about them being their European draw being favourable,
Oh,
and
aye.
I bookmarked that, and that landed fucking perfect. But the Dundee United ones during the week, they were tremendous. Over the even the new over the season ones. All right,
Oh,
aye, good.
superb.
Yeah, man,
Pocketed down,
enjoy.
me. Brilliant. Neil Waters said, poor after scoring early, looked nervous. Second half, totally dominated. Should have scored more. Mariah Welsh, Miller, and both Cadden, second half, excellent. Game management in the last 15 minutes, outstanding. Totally deserved the win. Spot on. Jake Gapper said, shaky first half, passing atrocious. Every clearance was sliced. Two great goals. Was half joking after the Celtic game, but with Barry in charge, can we catch the Huns? And for Shane will likely not be able to take any more points from Hearts this season. Uh, Rangers are too far in front, aren't they? They're
Aye,
like
but
15
you
ahead.
kind
Like,
of do want Hearts. I didn't want Hearts to get in the top six so they get the
no.
gate receipts, but I do kind of want them in to help us like get the numbers better. You know what I mean? Because
Oh, aye,
we're in that position. I've not been on Twitter yet, right? But I'm sure they're firing out their usual shite because they're 80s and 90s run where they fucking distorted the numbers. And the reason that the numbers are like that is when they're shite, and we didn't
aye,
get to play them.
aye. This
So
is true.
2 times a season they're relegated into the fucking first division or whatever it's been. So like you almost want them in the top six with us so that we can beat them again and start getting the stats better.
Aye, that's a really good point. Chris Black said, see if my captain got interviewed at half time and I've wanted him punted. Shanklin's a fat mess, he says.
I,
It's
I
no,
saw
it's no
Luke
for us to
saying
give out the
that. And I
personal,
was,
but it's brilliant. He was talking about how they're on top, and I can it's still 45 minutes to go, and there's a wee
is
clip
that
of
what he
somebody.
said?
Aye, he says that they're on top, or words to that effect. So somebody's clipped it, and then they put like a wee slide in that says like a few moments later, and it's just Iredale's goal gone in. Fucking tremendous.
Well done, Luke.
Aye,
Yeah,
uh,
what a
aye.
job.
Uh, Chris says, outstanding. Poor first half. Looked like it's been a hard 8 days. Keep up the good work. So proud of everyone. Cup glory awaits. Bring on Celtic. Uh, Michael, who had his debut on the phone in on Thursday as well. Brilliant on it as well. Hope he comes back on.
Mhm.
Says, rushed the first half and a bit of a blunder cost us. They clearly worked on doubling up on Triantis and cutting out the wing backs. Gray sorted them out at half time and we went on to dominate the game. Mariah Welsh was good again, buzzing. The screamer at the winner went for us this time. Get it up them. William Graham says, looked very nervy first half, credits due, excellent second half, created plenty of chances, and for me, it's a stonewaller penalty. Seen the game out comfortably. Glory at the Hibs. Axel says, this team just never stops. First half was a shocker. Second half, we stepped up a gear after the players got a rollicking from Sir David Gray. See, just we were talking about the team. We tweeted at half time, so a bit of a moan at how poor we'd been with the mistakes, and then followed that up with a tweet to say if there was a team that I trusted and a manager that I trusted to put it right in the second half, it was this one. And I was pretty confident that we would do it.
Did you?
I tweeted it like
Aye.
this isn't me, like sort of being wise after the event.
Mm-hmm.
Think the team's earned that trust now.
Mm-hmm. Aye, I mean, like Hibs team's been on a run like this since, what was it, 1949?
Aye,
So aye, if any team has, it's this fucking team, surely.
you would say so. The other question Josh asked me: see if David Gray was to win the cup as a manager, where does that put him in terms of like status at Hibs?
Aye.
Is he in with the
I was
famous
thinking
five in
about that.
Stanton?
Aye, aye. Yep, he's got to
Yeah.
be. Aye.
It'd be hard to argue
Where
otherwise.
can you? I don't know you couldn't. I think I'd struggle to find somebody disagreeing with that. Like,
Owen said Hearts didn't have a shot on target after their goal. Fucking hell. Ian asked, is John Washington is here tonight? John is off with dysentery tonight. uh, Eastern Revolution is asking a sunshine Leith at an empty Celtic Park. And James says last week was also for Eddie May talking about the sunshine on Leith. Jack C99 said, Hi B Hibernian from the Capit. What a great day out. Proud to be a High B. Chris says, if you haven't, you need to buy a ticket for Celtic Park. So I think there's only a couple of thousand left now for Celtic Park. Obviously, Hibs went out and paid for the ticket, 7,000. So I hopefully will see as many folk as possible through there. Hopefully we get the full 7,000 sold out.
you got your ticket yet?
Nah, I'll get it this week.
Aye, I'm waiting to see what my daughter's playing on at the weekend, whether it's Saturday or Sunday yet. It's what kick-off time. I definitely want to go.
I just need to sort of getting through. Robert Cherry says this result could well keep Hearts in the bottom six. Not a good bunch of final games for them. Neil Renton said, how good was Miller when he came on? And why wasn't Nicky Cadden used more in the first half? Mariah Welsh put in a shift, and is third place a real possibility? Miller did really well when he came on. I thought the game changed a wee bit with that. The sort of forced change as well.
I thought Miller was all right, actually. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm not his biggest fan, but I actually thought he played quite well there. In the first half, we were almost missing some of his throw-ins, like, the long throw-in that
Aye.
he does, because there was a few times where we played a short one, there was nobody looking, there was nobody showing, and I thought we could just stay with him banging it in. I thought he was decent when he came on. Actually,
Mhm.
I thought he had a good game, and the boy with their striker having the pace and the power, Miller kind of cancels that out a wee bit as well.
Aye. Miller did really well against them, I thought. Gillian said, first half made me very nervous, sloppy, silly mistakes, two great goals. Iredale's goal with a wee love heart eye emoji. Goal of the month season, stupid mistake for the equaliser, but this team with two wee hearts. Ewan said, so much better. Matt said, Iredale goal of the season. Whiskey Craig said, Craig deserves credit. O'Hara looked off it early and he made the change. Hibs bossed the second half and the defence had Rocky covered. Iredale has been superb this season. What a win. Chris says, natural order. Lee Miller says, Nicky Cadden outstanding. John White said, second place has to be on. Wee Joe Baker says, first half Rocky was more rocky than an avalanche. Better defence when Millsy came on second half. Persevered, brilliant. And the last one, we'll go with this one. Lorenzo says, what a day, because we're out of time. Colin, we've got tons of comments still on YouTube that we could get to, but we just didn't have the time to get them. We will be back with extra time in the morning. So if you're a subscriber, you'll get extra time. We'll look at the run-in for the top six and sort of predict, I suppose, who else is going to be in the top six with us. Because I think, touch wood, I think that's us, should be us sort of safe for it now. So we'll cover that. If you don't already subscribe, it's only £3 a month. You can actually sign up on YouTube. There's a wee link at the bottom there that says join this channel. You can click on there and you'll get all the content that subscribers get, but you'll get it just on YouTube. If you want the podcast, go to our Patreon and you'll find us there. Like you say, you get a 7-day free trial if you want to see what it's all about first. Thank you everybody for participating in the show tonight. It's been brilliant. I don't think we could properly do the win justice. I feel like there's still more slagging the game to do and more celebrating us to do, but we are out of time. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.